Hello, this is Michele Knight. Please forgive me because rather than a weekly, we've got a fortnightly this week, and it's from the 30th of May to the 13th of June. That's because I'm off on an awfully big adventure, which I'll tell you about very soon. Anyway, back to you. This is a massive 2 weeks, particularly the first week, where not only do we have a new moon, but this new moon is bringing about a massive cycle of change in relationships as we have that new moon conjunct Venus. Having said that, it's not that simple, as we also have a mutable grand cross. But there are many things that we can get out of this, including a real big change for our relationships. Now, the next 2 weeks are going to be supremely profound for you. There is a sense of transformation, there is a sense of illumination, there is a sense of magic and mystery. Now, I don't want to be all airy-fairy with you because that's not my style, but I have to say it's a week where you will be like, what is going on? Have I stepped into a parallel universe? Everything is quite spooky. In a good way, do not be alarmed. It's almost as if the phone's ringing, you're like, I know who that is, boom, hello. And it is who you think it is. It may be that you sense that you're going to bump into someone in the street, boom, boom, shakalaka, there they are, as if by magic. Or you meet someone and you feel that you've known them for decades. It's one of those weeks where you know almost that your life has purpose because everything is too peculiar and too strange and too magical not to be happening for a reason. Now, I won't lie to you, there is a bit of struggle in the first week, and that's because we have a lot of crosses and squares going on. But all of this is happening to shake us up, to find out the truth and how we can access our goals. And for you, it is about your spirituality, it is about your higher ideals, it is about messages from your soul and all that jazz. And on top of that, your sense of adventure. Adventure is calling you, but how are you going to get there and how are you going to achieve it? Firstly, the mutable grand cross is saying to you, you know what, if you learn about the details, because Saturn is in your 6th solar house, you are like, boom, okay, right, this is it. I can do anything I want if I have the details, but it may be that you're not listening because your mind and your heart is so open to things that are kind of whimsical over the next 2 weeks. So Saturn's poking and going, come on, if you want that dream, you have to be practical about it. You have to do what you've got to do to make it come true. On top of that, we have a sense, really, thanks to the Sun square Neptune, that almost you don't believe that you're capable of having that adventure, going on that course, studying, advancing, evolving, and expanding your awareness. It's very important that you allow yourself to believe it so that you can then be practical to make it happen. But whatever it is, it will involve adventure, or it will involve people who are unusual or different cultures. That's where the journey seems to be pointing for you. Now, Venus is in that position of kind of illusion, but also higher spirituality. It almost creates those kind of psychic attractions to people where you feel as if you can sense them, that you feel as if you've known them for eternity. It feels as if you are communicating even if you're not saying any words. But those kind of relationships can be a little bit challenging, dangerous, intoxicating, because they're not based on here and now, they're not based on practical reality. We can sometimes find ourselves having those kind of attractions with the most inappropriate people, but it feels like a drug, it feels divine. And there's a little bit of that energy going around this week for you. Now, when the new moon kicks in on the 4th, there's a lot of intense energy on that day. But again, that is around the time where you should have this spiritual epiphany, this sudden deeper awareness about what your life is all about. And you can set aside things, including illusions, including things that don't suit you, and step into this new awakening. But bear in mind that the Sun is square Jupiter and Saturn is opposing that new moon and going, bah! I keep telling you, pay attention to the details. And Jupiter's going, you've got to communicate clearly your desires. It's very important that you communicate them to other people. Don't expect other people to be telepathic over the next 2 weeks. Now, the Sun is conjunct Venus and Mercury's shifting into that energy. So you're floating about and the universe is saying, make sure you trust your intuition. Keep your feet a little bit on the ground, and then all sorts of magic is coming your way. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. If you like this, please come to my website where there's thousands of articles from psychic to soulmate and lots of free tarot readings, www.michelleknight.com. And for all the written astrology of this month, week, or even day, go to horoscope.co.uk.